Hello, we are getting ready to start lesson 3. So make sure you have that packet ready to go for lesson 3. And we'll get back to that in just a few minutes. Let's do a little bit of our practicing before we jump into the lesson. We're going to start with some happy counting today. And I would like you to start counting at 40. So you're going to count, oops, I got to go up just a little bit. You're going to start counting at 40 on your whiteboard. And I would like you to count for the next, let's see, I'm going to have you count for about 20 seconds. Let me just get my, oh, dearie dear. Sorry, let me get things where I need them to be. I should have that ready to go. I'm going to have you count for 10 seconds. So you're going to count 40, 41, 42, 43 as far as you can in 10 seconds. Ready and begin. Okay, there you go. So did you get 41, 42, 43, 44? This is easy, right? 45, 46, 47, 48. Maybe you got clear up to 49, maybe even 50 or 51. So that was counting forward. We're going to do that same thing again, except this time we're going to start at 50. We're going to start at 50 and I want you to count back. You're going to count back by ones starting at 50, and I'm going to time you for 50 seconds. Ready and begin. And stop. I didn't mean 50 seconds. I really meant 10 seconds. So when you were counting back, did you go from 50 to 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, check yourself, 44, 43, 42, maybe you all made it all the way to 41, and then maybe 40 and 39. I'm not sure how far you were able to get, but I would like you to practice counting forward and back. We're going to try one more. And then I'd like you to try a few more on your own. This time we're going to start counting at 60. Oops, hang on. Didn't give myself enough space. Let's start counting at 64, and we're going to count back. So you're going to start counting at 64, but you're going to count back by one. Ready? Go. And stopping, please. So did you go from 64 to 63 to 62? Did you get to 61? Before that comes 60. And then did you get to 59? How about 58? 57? 56? I don't know, how far did you get? Oops, I almost did 54. I need a 55. Then I can do 54. 53, 52. Man, if you got this far, you're fast. 51 and 50. I don't know how far you got, but hopefully you were able to get at least 4 or 5 numbers deep. All right, we're going to try one more, and this time we're going to start at 81. We're going to start at 81, and you're going to count forward. So you're going to go forward, counting by ones. Ready and begin. And stopping, please. Did you count 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89? Did you get up to 90? Did you keep going? 91, 92, wow, 93. If you got that 4, that's pretty good. 93, how about 94, 95, 96, 97. We're going to keep going all the way to 100, 98, 99, and 100. Man, I don't know if I could have gotten that far, but counting forward and back is an excellent exercise for you to do. If you have a few minutes, you can start just about anywhere and count your way forward and count your way back. It's a great practice. Okay, we are going to make tens, and you're going to have to figure out the missing part. So if I said 9, what would I have to add to 9 to get 10? Did you say 1? You should. If I said 8, what would I have to add to 8 to get 10? Did you say 2? Okay, I'm going to trick you. What if I said 6? Did you say 4? What if I said 3? Would you know what to do? What would I add to 3 to get 10? Did you say 7? I hope so. What if I had 2? What would I add to 2 to get 10? So you're filling in the missing part. Did you say 8? Oh, I hope that you did. Okay, we're going to try a couple more. What if I said I wanted to get to the next 10, but I had 19? 19 plus something would give me my next 10, which would be 20. What would I have to add to 19 to get 20? Did you say 1? If you did, congratulations. What if I said 12 and I wanted to get to the next 10, which would also be 20? What would I have to add? Did you say 8? If you did, congratulations. What if I said 15 and I wanted to get to the next 10, which of course would be 20? Did you say 5? If you did, way to go. What if I said 17 adds something to get to the next 10, which would be 20? Did you say 3? I hope you did, because 3 and 1 are 10, 5 and 5 are 10, 2 and 8 are 10, and 1 and 9 are 10. Let's try one that's a little bit harder this time. What if I had 47 and I wanted to get to the next 10, which would be 50? What would I have to add to 47 to get to the next 50? Did you say 3? I hope you did, because 3 and 7 are 10. Adding it to the 4 10s I already have would give me 50. All right. What if I had 53? What would I need to add to get to the next 10, which would be 60? Did you say 7? If you did, you're so smart. What if I had 62? What would I need to add to get 62 to the next 10, which would be 70? Did you say 8? I hope that you did. And what if I had, let's say I had 48. What would I need to add to the 48 to get to the next 10, which would be 50? Did you say 2? I hope you did. 8 and 2 are 10, and 8 and 2 and 8 are 10, and 8 and 2 are 10. Oops, I left out my equal sign. All right, so this kind of a problem is going to help you with the sprint we're going to do next. We are going to be working on a sprint. So if you would please, you are going to get your sprint paper out, get your pencil ready, and remember, you get to work on this sprint for 1 whole minute. You're going to see how far you can get on the sprint paper in 1 whole minute. You are making 10 every time. So I'm going to time you for 1 minute, and then we'll take a look and see how you did, and then we'll do it again on the next page to see if you can improve your score. Ready, and begin. Keep working. Don't stop. Okay, that's the time. You're going to stop. So now let's take a look and see how you did on this sprint. I'm going to show you the answer key here. I'm going to make it as big as I can. You're going to pause the video so that you can check your answers to see how well you did. I'm not going to go over all the answers because you can just pause the video so that you can see how you personally did. So take a minute, pause the video, check and see how far you got. Are you back? Well, maybe you got to number 14. Maybe that's how far you got. So draw a line so you know how far you got and put your number that you got correct up there at the top. Okay? Now we're going to turn the paper over and we're going to go to the second opportunity to do this sprint. Second opportunity to do the sprint. Remember, you have one minute, and remember on the last test, well, I just fictitiously said I got 14. I'm trying to get more than 14 on my second round for 1 minute. So get your pencil ready and begin. Keep going. Don't stop. Time is up, so put your pencil down. Okay, you're going to do the same thing with this sprint. Remember, you're trying to do better than 14, and I'm going to need to push this up just a little bit. You're going to stop the video and check your answers with mine to see how far you got. Maybe this time you made it clear to 17. Maybe you went clear to 17. So maybe this time you got 17 correct. 17 correct. You had 14 the first time, so you had an improvement of 3. So if you had 14 and you went up to 17, you did 3 more problems correct, and you should give yourself a smiley face. Now, before you go on with the rest of the lesson, I would like you to finish both of these pages. So if you only got to 18, now I'm not going to time you, but I want you to finish the rest of these problems. They are excellent practice for you finding out how to make a 10. So you need to do that on side B. You also need to do that on side A. When you are finished, you're going to have to rewind the tape just a little bit so you can go back and see the answers to side A, no cheating, and see the answers to side B. So you can pause the video so you can see how you did on those pages. And this time it's not timed, but it's just for practice. Okay, so now we're going to continue on. I'm hoping that you really did what Ms. Starr asked you to do. Hopefully you have your ruler and that it has centimeters on it. If it doesn't, you're going to have to look, if you don't have a ruler, you're going to have to look really carefully at what I am doing. So you're going to use your centimeter ruler to measure the length of the objects below. This is a picture of an animal track, and it is about how many, boy, that is not coming in very clear. I am really trying hard to get that to be more clear for you. Wow, let's see if I can. If I move it closer, is that better? That's a little bit better. So the picture of the animal track is about how many centimeters long. So we're going to put our centimeter ruler on our animal print. You have to be absolutely positive, remember from our lesson yesterday, that the 0 mark is lining up with your beginning mark on your picture. The 0 has to line up with the picture, with the beginning of the picture, and then you can count how many spaces between 0 centimeters, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the animal paw is 4. Look at that. They're putting our centimeter mark in for us. It is 4 centimeters long. Okay? If you have your own ruler, I'd like you to pause the video and finish the rest by yourself. If you don't have your own, well, I'm going to help you, and then we'll figure out how you did. So here's the next one. This is the picture of the turtle. I'm going to hold my ruler so you can count how many centimeters there are from the 0 mark to the end, making sure that that 0 is right on that beginning line. You're going to put your answer in there. Not going to tell you just yet. If you have to, pause the video, and then we're coming down to this sandwich, and we're doing the same thing. I'm going to put my centimeter ruler on so you can see what to do. All right, did you figure that out? I hope you did. If you said that the turtle was 6 centimeters, you should give yourself a smiley face because you did a great job. If you said that the sandwich was 9 centimeters, congratulations, you're doing a good job of counting the spaces and not the lines. Counting spaces, not lines. Turning the page. Oh my gosh, this looks complicated, but it's not really. It says measure and label the length of each side of the triangle using your ruler. Now, if you don't have a ruler, I will help you with mine. So we have to measure side A of this triangle, we have to measure side B of this triangle, and side C of this triangle. So I'm going to turn my paper like this so I can measure side A. And you're going to look and see how many centimeters is side A. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to make sure that I have my 0 right. Oops, I'm going to move that over just a titch so that my 0 mark lines right up with the edge of my, or the 0 mark on my ruler. Okay, hopefully you have that one. Stop the video if you have to. Now I'm going to turn so I can do side B. Wow, everything's in the way on my desk. I got to move a couple of things so it's not in my way. So my ruler will work. So I'm going to put 0 right on the mark. And I'm going to try and get as close as I can so that you can see. How many centimeters is this side of our triangle? Okay, pause the video if you have to. Then we're going to measure side C. Is your 0 mark right on the corner? It's about, count the spaces, not the lines. All right, so side A, man, I wish I could hear you guys because I'm sure you have some great answers. Did you get 4 centimeters for side A? I did. I hope you did too. I'm going to use my little centimeter marker because I want to make sure I know how to do that. 9 centimeters for side B and 8 centimeters for side C. If you had trouble doing that, you need to rewind the video and go back and double check to see where you might have made your mistake. Which side is shorter? Is it side A at 4 centimeters, or side B at 9 centimeters, or side C at 8 centimeters? Okay, did you make a guess? Pause the video if you need to. Are you back? Okay, I hope you said side A. Side A is 4 inches compared to side B at 9 inches and side C at 8 inches. So it is the shortest. Now letter B says, what is the length of side A and B together? So we're thinking of side A and side B. I think I'm going to need to write an equation to help me with that. Side A was 4 centimeters. Side B was 9 centimeters. How can I find out how much they are together? Am I going to be adding or subtracting that to find out how much they are together? If you need to, pause the video. Did you come back? I hope you said that this would be addition, because together is a key word that tells us that we need to add. And I know that if I add 9 and 1, I get 10. With 3 more gives me 13. So the length of side A and B together is 13 centimeters. I hope you got that one right. And now we're going to look at the next question, which is how much shorter? How much shorter is side C than side B? Well, side C was 8 centimeters and side B was 9 centimeters. Here's an important key word. How much shorter is side C than side B? You're going to have to decide, is that an addition problem or a subtraction problem? But I would pay attention to that key word right there, how much shorter, as we compare these two numbers. Pause the video. Did you set up an equation for this? Well, I can't take 9 away from 8, so I'm going to need to trade that and put 9 first. Take 8 away from 9 because I'm comparing these two. That's an easy problem. 9 take away 8 is 1. So side A is 1 centimeter shorter than side B. Side C is 1 centimeter shorter than side B. Boy, if you got that one right, you are a math whiz kid. And that's a hard problem because we haven't seen too many of this particular keyword there. Okay, let's flip the paper over. And it looks like we have some more measuring that we're going to do. Measure the lengths of the objects with the centimeter ruler. We didn't make one in class because we already had one. I just wanted you to use the real thing. If you want to try and make a centimeter ruler at your house, you're welcome to do that. But Miss Star, we just don't have time to do that here at school. So I'd rather you use the real tool. Anyway, so let's measure the fish. What is the measure of this fish? Okay, I'm holding mine so you can see. If you need to pause the video, do it. Now I'm coming down to the aquarium because I have to measure how big the fish tank is. And I'm going to line everything up to the edge of the aquarium. Okay, I'm lining things up. My 0 is on the edge. I'm going to get that right. There we go. Now it's right on the edge. So about how many centimeters is this aquarium? If you need to, pause the video so you can take a look at my ruler. All right, let's go back up to our fish. Well, our fish, I hope you said that was 3 centimeters, and they're giving us our symbol right there of cm for centimeters. The picture of the fish is 3 centimeters long. Did you come up with 13 centimeters for the fish tank? The picture of the fish tank is 13 centimeters long. Now we have a tricky question down here at the bottom. The picture of the fish tank is something centimeters longer than the picture of the fish. So you're going to compare the difference between the fish tank and the fish. So you're going to have to write an equation to show the difference between the fish tank and that little fish up at the top, because we want to know how much longer, how the picture of the fish tank is how much longer than the picture of the fish. So we're comparing these two pictures. Pause the video while you make yourself an equation. Are you back? I hope you are. So I hope you said that the fish tank was 13 centimeters and that the fish was 3 centimeters, and you decided that because we're comparing to see how much longer, we needed to use subtraction. So 13 take away 3, well, that would be easy. 13 take away 3 is making a 10. So that would be 10 centimeters. If you said that the fish tank is 10 centimeters longer than the picture of the fish, you should give yourself a big smiley face. All right, I think we might be on to another page of the homework. So let's just keep on zinging along. This looks like it might be kind of a short lesson today, which would be kind of nice because yesterday's was so long. All right, so measure the lengths of the sides of this trapezoid on side A, B, and C, and then write the lengths on the line. So we have the top of the trapezoid is side A, the bottom of the trapezoid is side C, and this side of the trapezoid is side B. So a trapezoid is a triangle that looks like the top of it has been cut off. It's called a trapezoid. And we'll be learning more about those at another time. So get your ruler out, or you can look at mine. What is the measure of the top of the trapezoid? I'll move that down just a bit. Can you see? Okay. If you need to, pause the video. I'm going to come down and measure the bottom of the trapezoid, just because I'll have to turn my paper in a minute. Get that right. Exactly. There we go. What is the measure of the trapezoid across the bottom? That will be side C. Pause the video if you need to so you can count. Now I'm going to turn my trapezoid to the side because I need to measure the side of this trapezoid. All right. Did you get that? If you need to pause the video, do it so that you can count the spaces. Okay, we're going to turn this back around. So, were you careful? I hope so. So the top of our trapezoid was 3 centimeters, if you were counting. This side, side B, was 6 centimeters. And notice they're giving us the symbol of CM, so we don't have to write it this time. And the bottom of my trapezoid was 5. So now that you have that part, you're going to need to answer questions A, B, C, D, and E. Now those are kind of tricky questions. I strongly suggest that you pause the video and work those 5 problems and then come back and you can check yourself to see how well you did. I would make sure that on B and C and D and also E that you write yourself an equation to be able to solve that problem. Letter A isn't going to require an equation, but these 4 require that you set up and solve that problem by writing an equation. So pause the video and then we'll come back and chat. Okay, are you back? Hope so. So which side is the longest? Well, I hope you said the longest side was 6 centimeters as compared with 5 and 3. So if you said side B, congratulations, you are really paying attention. How much longer is side B than side A? Well, side B was 6 and side A was 3. I want to know how much longer side B is than side A. Did you make that into a subtraction problem? 6 centimeters take away 3 centimeters says that it is 3 centimeters longer. If you got that right with your equation, congratulations. How much shorter is side A than side C? Side A was 3 centimeters and side C was 5 centimeters. Hang on just a second. There goes my phone. Sorry about that. I had to grab that phone call. Alrighty, so how much shorter is side A than side C? Well, if you tried to subtract, take 5 away from 3, that's not going to work. And if you added it together, you wouldn't find out how much shorter. So I'm hoping you set your equation up as 5 minus 3. If you said side C minus side A gives you 2 centimeters, you are exactly correct. Those are kind of tough. You really have to think about what's happening. So it says that side B and D are the same length. What is the length of side B and side D together? Key word there, together. So I need to know side B was 6 inches and side D is also centimeters. They are exactly the same length as each other, and I can just tell by looking. I don't even have to measure. So I hope you said 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters equals 12 centimeters. If you got 12 centimeters, congratulations, you did a fantastic job. Now, if you get letter E correct, I am going to be very impressed. What is the total length? Total length of all 4 sides of this figure. So you've got 6 and 6 for side B and side D. You also have side A, which was 3, and side C, which is 5. I'm going to have to figure out a way to be able to add those numbers together. Well, I already know that if I add side C or side B and D, I got 12. So I'm going to start there with 12. So then I'm thinking I still have 12 plus 3 plus 5 to go. Is that what you're seeing too? Well, I know that if I add 12 and 3, I get 15, don't I? That's an easy one. And if I add 5 more, which is what I have left, I end up with 20. If you got 20 centimeters, congratulations. Now I'm going to tell you there's a lot of different ways you could put those four numbers together. I was looking for an easy 10. There really wasn't one there. But I could get pretty close to an easy 10 with my 12. Or I could have said 5 and 3 is 8. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that you could have worked that to make that work. So I'll be happy if you show your work and you came up with 20, because there's a lot of different ways that that could happen. All right, so now let's take a look at your exit ticket. You are going to be measuring your lines and identifying the length of each one of those lines. And then I need you to remember that you need to send this to your teacher. Send to your teacher. Some of my friends are just not sending their exit tickets. And if you don't send anything to your teacher cannot give you a grade. We have to just give you a 0. So if you're not sending your exit ticket every day, well, you're only hurting yourself. We can't help you if you won't help yourself. There's a big part of the learning that has to be yours and your responsibility. So I'm going to help you just as far. Oh, don't forget your name. Oh, please remember your name and the date that you did this, okay? So I'm going to measure line A. I'm not going to tell you the answers, but I will help you at least with this part. Okay, there's line A. It is about how many centimeters? If you need to pause the video so that you can see it, you're welcome to do that. Okay, now I'm going to come down to line B. Let me get everything lined up. About how long is line B? Remember, you're counting spaces and not lines. That's pretty close. Okay, now I'm going to measure line C. It's kind of short. Get everything lined up. There's line C. And now it says that I need to measure across the center of the circle. That would be the diameter of the circle. How far is it across? I'll just put that right there so you can get a good look. And then you're going to write your answer here. I'm not going to be giving you your answers at this point because this is like a little test to see how well you could do on your own. Be sure and send that to your teacher, and I hope you had a great day of learning. And woohoo, this video was not very long. Okay, see you guys on the next lesson.